astronaut these days is very different from in the early days. I mean, the early Mercury astronauts, John Glenn, Alan Shepard, and in other countries, Yuri Gagarin, in China, Yang Liwei, they were all celebrities on a personal basis. People recognize John Glenn when he walks down the street. Being an astronaut is still a rather unique profession, so that when I tell people that I'm an astronaut, being an astronaut is still something special, but as Jeffrey Hoffman, I'm not a personal celebrity, and that's all to the good. I mean, I don't particularly care to be bothered when they go down the street, but on the other hand, I'm very happy that people still, by and large, tend to be excited at the idea of spaceflight, to be interested in what I've done as an astronaut, because the space program now is supported by the public, and if the public loses interest, ultimately that's to the detriment of future space exploration.
Dr. Jeff Hoffman, born November 2, 1944 in Brooklyn, New York, but considers Scarsdale, New York to be his hometown. Married to the former Barbara, they have two sons, Sam and Oren. Graduated from Scarsdale High School, New York in 1962. Received a Bachelor of Arts degree in astronomy from Amherst College in 1966. A Doctor of Philosophy in Astrophysics from Harvard University in 1971, and a Master's degree in Materials Science from Rice University in 1988.
Dr. Hoffman has made his first space flight on April 1985 on the shuttle Discovery. On this mission, he made the first spacewalk and put two satellites in orbit. He made then his second space flight as a mission specialist on December 1990 on the shuttle Columbia. The Space Lab mission featured the Ultraviolet Astronomy Laboratory, a project on which Dr. Hoffman had worked since 1980.
Dr. Hoffman made his third space flight as payload commander and mission specialist on July 1992 on the shuttle Atlantis. On this mission, the crew deployed the European Retrievable Carrier. Dr. Hoffman had worked on the Tethered Satellite project since 1987. Dr. Hoffman made his fourth flight on December 1993 on the shuttle Endeavour. During this flight, the Hubble Space Telescope HST was captured, serviced, and restored to full capacity through a record 5 spacewalks by 4 astronauts.
Dr. Hoffman's last flight started from February 22 to March 9, 1996 on the shuttle Columbia. This was a 16-day mission whose principal objective was the reflight of the Tethered Satellite System and the third flight of the United States microgravity payload. With the completion of his fifth space flight, Dr. Hoffman became the first to log more than 1,211 hours and 21.5 million miles aboard in the space shuttle.
In August 2001, Dr. Hoffman joined the faculty of MIT, where he teaches courses on space operations and design and space policy. His principal areas of research are advanced AVA systems, space radiation protection, management of space science projects, and space systems architecture.
As part of the public outreach program for the International Year of Astronomy in March 2009, Dr. Hoffman and his fellow astronomer Dr. Robert Williams visited Egypt. They first visited the Library of Alexandria, where Dr. Hoffman gave a public lecture on astronaut servicing of the Hubble Space Telescope, rescue, repair, and a look towards the future. Then Dr. Robert Williams spoke about the new universe in a lecture titled The New Universe: Revelations from the Space Telescope.
During his visit to Egypt, Dr. Hoffman visited many Egyptian historical sites, such as the pyramids. He was also interviewed in the famous Egyptian TV shows such as The Ashira Masa'an with Dr. Williams and Dr. Ala Ibrahim. Finally, former NASA astronaut Jeffrey Hoffman and former director of the Hubble Space Telescope Science Institute Robert Williams spoke at AUC on their experiences in space, on the new discoveries from the Hubble Space Telescope.
Dr. Hoffman is an honorable man who succeeded in life and received many awards due to his hard work and research in his career. His life should be well known to all the coming generations to take him as a role model in achievement, creativity, and ambition.